Hey guys, how are you all doing? It is an amazing time to be alive. And I saw something come in. Uh, it's an amazing time to be alive, like I said. And trending in the news is Ekweremadu. All day he's been trending in the news, and I found this particular one quite hilarious. I need to look for it for you. uh, there was some guy who sent it to me, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious. Let me look through some guy. uh, I need to look for this for you. You guys will just love it. Don't worry, I'm not going to stay long. I'm going to try not to stay long. 4 hours ago, no. Yes, this is it. Okay, guys, just hold on a second. Henry, how are you doing? Okay, so let me show you this beautiful picture. Can you see Ekweremadu and his wife? In Chinese. Chinese people don't carry our gist. Our gist don't reach China. Eh? While I'm even live, Seth, I need to screenshot this and post on my page. It's too funny. Our gist don't reach China. Let me just reduce it, and so I can be able to post it on my page like that. I'll just tag it. Our gist don't reach China. Our for Nigeria. Oh, Now real war for this our Nigeria where we did. Una no just know. Hey, Oluwa Lambe Lodge. Top, top. All right, so let me post on IG and then come back. Make una no vex. I don't go take much of your time, and I'm going to open up the line so you guys can contribute. Like I said, today is going to be, we're all going to share as seen on a Chinese website. Our matter don't reach China. So today's topic is Femi, Fani, Kayode talking about Ekweremadu and the boy called David. Um, so let me get you Femi, Fani Kayode's speech. And then, according to the Vanguard, sorry guys, an evil Ekweremadu and an evil soul called David. That's the title by Femi Fani Kayode. As I said from the onset, I cannot and will not condemn my friend and brother, Senator Ike Ekweremadu and his beautiful wife, unless I see evidence of their wrongdoing or they are convicted by a court of law. I'm now convinced that there is no evidence and that they will not be convicted. There is also a distinct possibility, I love the way Femi Fani Kayode writes though, that the charges may eventually be dropped or thrown out of court if the British really want to play it fairly. I believe that the London Metropolitan Police have acted hastily and in error, or that they simply are behaving in a typical racist manner, all in an attempt to stigmatize a Nigerian public figure and Nigerians generally, even though the evidence before them cannot possibly justify the charge or a conviction. When I looked into the matter and considered all the facts, including the young man David's Nwanimyi's own testimony, which was published on his Facebook page a few hours ago, I asked myself the following questions. How can this man be so wicked and cruel? And how can he be so ready, willing, and able to repay good with evil? The Ekweremadus needed help, and instead of giving it to them as promised, he sought to take advantage of them and milk them dry, endanger the life of their ailing daughter, send them to jail, and utterly destroy them. Was David not sent to Ekweremadu family by Lucifer? Femi, I disagree with you. The word Lucifer never belonged to the devil. And I can prove that to you. It was an error in translation that came from the King James Bible. I can agree with you on a lot of things, but I'll disagree with you on the word Lucifer. And I can debate you on it should you want to discuss that any further. The word Lucifer was used 4 times in the Latin Bible, and the English Bible copied largely from the Latin Bible. So the word Lucifer was copied in error, and it was allegorically and anagogically translated for Isaiah chapter 14 verse 12, which was never really talking about any devil, but rather the king of Babylon. And in the Latin Bible, as translated by Jerome, if you read 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 19, you would see Peter referring to Christ as Lucifer. Just get your hands on a copy of the Latin Bible. The problem started with English, and that is why no other biblical translation except the erroneous King James Version, no other translation uses the word Lucifer. But anyway, moving on to other things. Is he not the biblical son of perdition who makes pleasure in the destruction and misery of others? I can also disagree with you in this. Is he not a beast in human flesh? I know Senator Ekweremadu quite well. He's a deeply courageous man, and his greatest concern and fear right now will not be for his own safety or future, but rather for the welfare of his daughter and the travails of his dear wife. That is the measure of a man that he is. He always puts his family first, and when I consider what this monster called David is doing, then I ask myself, what on earth could they have done to deserve all this? It's a long story. You could check it out on the Vanguard, and you could pick your own ideas and ideals. With Femi Fani Kayode, I agree quite a lot. You see, I wouldn't say any Nigerian politician is innocent. I wouldn't use the word innocent on any Nigerian politician, because you're guilty by association. You're part of a system that failed its people. We need to talk about that. And every Nigerian politician has a choice. It's called resignation. It's called resignation. If you are in power and you cannot fix things, or they're not allowing you to work, do the honorable thing that someone abroad would do: resign. I had that same problem with Yemi Oshibajo. Oh, they are not allowing him to work. Oh, if they are not allowing him to work, is his hand paining him? Can't he write a letter of resignation and step down? So the Nigerian politician is not innocent. None of them is. And I might not know Ekweremadu as well as Femi Fani Kayode does, but I can say something for Nigerian politicians in general. They are all part of a system that failed its people. my humble opinion, every Nigerian politician, plus the good ones and the bad ones, are all part of a system that, in my humble opinion, failed its people. That notwithstanding, I am not one person that says because you're in a bad place, or because someone was bad to you, or because the system failed you, you now need to categorically destroy a family. Ekweremadu is not the one that destroyed Nigeria. That whole notion of, you see, let me tell you something here. A friend of mine, more like a colleague of mine, Kayla, was coming to work one day, and she was in a taxi. And the guy was taking her, then she was staying somewhere in Chevron, and she was coming to Cool FM. And she came to Cool FM and was really flustered when she came. She said the taxi driver was driving her, and he kept saying, all these people in this Lekki, they're all thieves. Oh, look at them. They stole money. They're all thieves. They're all witches. They're all weird. They stole. You see, you need to understand that the fact that you're poor doesn't make anybody who is rich a thief or wicked, and doesn't mean they stole from you. Sometimes you not standing up for your right is all you need to let somebody else claim your right. Many of your parents sold their votes and submitted to tribalistic ideologies, submitted to religious sentiments, and then Nigeria is all worse off, and then you are saying it's the politicians. Always remember that our politicians were not brought from South Korea. Always remember that our senators and senate presidents and vice presidents and ministers and governors were not imported from Chad or Canada. They were not brought in from Alaska or Singapore. They were raised among us. Some of them even went abroad, got all their Broderian education, and came back and still behaved like Nigerians. You need to identify with that. Nigeria's failure is a combination of leadership and followership. If there's no word as followership, I'm just using it like that. And followership, a systemic leadership and followership failure. Nigeria is subsumed in what I believe to be a fracture of governance. And governance, in my humble opinion, is the governing and the governed. Those who are being governed and those who are doing the governing. There is a fracture, a failure in the governing system, comprising of both the ones in the governing and the ones being governed. An honorable man is an honorable man. I am not an Islamic scholar and will never claim to be one. But I remember working with an Islamic scholar once who said that if you steal in the market and you can prove that you are hungry and you stole to eat, you'd be let go. That the stealing you stole was to feed, that you'd be absolved, you'd be let go. Do I have a witness? I'm sure any one of you who knows Islamic scholars would say this. Now, if the person who stole was a slave, he stole and they could prove that he stole a banana, or he stole a meat pie, or he stole something to eat because he was hungry, his master will be in trouble. Because how do you keep a slave to the point where the slave is so hungry, steals in the market? Normally, according to Sharia law, anywhere that if they catch you with, say, now your right hand, you take teeth, they could just amputate them. That is the law according to Sharia. However, if it can be proven that the person is hungry, David was not hungry. David was a product of a failed system, but David himself is not innocent. Whether you like to agree with me or not, I would like to clarify my point. You went all the way to the UK. When you got to the UK, why didn't you tell them that you are no longer interested? At least you've eaten enough in the UK. Did you not eat food for a couple of months? I don't want to give my kidney again. I don't want to give my kidney again. Finish. Which one is going to say you are 15? So you can, now, watch how this will play out. He's going to go there and claim asylum. He's going to go there and it's just, yeah. I do wish this boy is exposed. I wish they bring out his parents. Because at the end of the day, David, when you come to equity, you must come with clean hands. You all watch the video. That boy is a hustler. Oh, I sympathize with Nigerians, and many would say he's a hustler that the system created. Okay. I live in this system. Why am I not stealing from you people? I'm asking you. My mother left Romania. My mother was born in Romania. She had no ties with Romania. When my mother came to Nigeria, my mother could not speak English. Right? How did my mother come to Nigeria? My father was born to two illiterates. My grandmother was a trader. My grandfather was a diamond miner in Ghana. When they were deported to Nigeria, my father was about to finish his secondary school. So they had gotten on the bus and they were coming to, I've told the story before, my father told it to me. They had gotten on the bus and they wanted to start coming to Nigeria. So my father just used style to ask, so when we go to Nigeria, what school will I go to? Now one uncle just tell him for bus, say school. Okay. Now farm, they carry all of una go. Una they go farm, go work for farm. Say no money to carry anybody go school. Make una not go calm. Amen. So my father got off the bus. My grandmother now called him and said, come, why are you getting off the bus? No, that he has to finish his school. That they've said this, and he's in final year, so he'd rather go and beg on the street and get some money and be able to sit for his exams and know that he has finished. So my grandmother, seeing the determination in the young man, counted all the money she had on her and gave it to him and said, okay, my son, we leave you in Ghana. So he took his box off the boat and went to his school. He lived in the classrooms of his school and was reading there. While sleeping and reading in the classroom, some of his friends would come and buy what's that dry pepper that they fry in Ghana called? There's a name for it, shito or something like that. They will share with him. He will teach them book. Before you know it, about 3 months had passed, and my father came out with one of the best results in his secondary school then in Ghana. So he can't remain how he go come back Nigeria. My father now had to go to the port in Ghana and wait for a ship that was being used to evacuate deportees. The ship now brought him to Nigeria, and then he found his way hopping from one bus to the other, one tipper to the other. He found his way back to his village. It was where he was in the village that his result came, that he had passed all his exams. Okay, in done passing exams, who go send them go school? My father now left the village, hitch ride from one place to the other, finally found himself in Lagos and was staying with one of my uncles. So my father would set out in the morning and walk from where they were all the way to Victoria Island and start going from embassy to embassy looking for scholarships. My father finally got to the Hungarian embassy. When he got there, the security guards were like, "Oh man, sorry, oh chai." Somebody came and collected the last scholarship just before you came in. My father wanted to start crying. Then the Hungarian security guard said, "Why don't you check the Romanian embassy? I think their own scholarship is still on." So my father went to the Romanian embassy, collected the form, filled the form, and they set the exam date for exam. And my father went there, and as luck will have it, he passed the exam, got the scholarship, and was sent to Romania. In Romania, he met my mom, who at that time Romania was worse than Nigeria because of the whole Iron Curtain, Eastern Bloc European countries, and the Western Bloc. And Eastern Bloc, you had Eastern Germany, Poland, Romania, and so many other European countries. So my mother was there. My mother was also a student like my father. They had that in common. My father was studying medicine on scholarship. My mother was studying law. So my mother finished law. My father finished his medical school. By the time he finished, they had me and my immediate younger sister, who has her PhD and is lecturing in a private university in Ondo State. So my father came back a few months before my mom came to join him in Nigeria. By the time my mom came, she could not speak English. She had to sit at home for about 5 years to take care of us while my dad worked. Then eventually my mom started lecturing in the University of Ibadan. My mother started lecturing in 1982, if I remember correctly. And between 1982 and now, she had 2 more kids. One is a doctor in the UK, and the other one is a copyright lawyer in the UK. Today, my mother is a professor of law and the current vice chancellor of Afe Babalola University. In this same Nigeria, my dad studied medicine not because the Nigerian system was good, but because he was good enough to get himself a scholarship, went abroad, came back to Nigeria. So yes, there's a bit of Nigerian in all of us. We all know how to jump queues. We all know how to lie little lies here and there to get by. We know how to dribble our way through things. But you see, there is a portion where many of us wouldn't go. I remember when I was in the university, because I had a European passport, I was approached to come and carry some substances abroad and make some dollars. Of course, I thought about it. Of course, I wanted to have a nice car. When I was in university, someone said, "Let us buy badges." How do you buy badges? I know how they buy stars on Facebook, but I don't know how they buy badges on Instagram. I don't think Instagram has allowed me yet. I don't know. Maybe I should just. Someone said I should buy. So okay, you want to buy me badges on Instagram? I'm so sorry. Someone said at the time your dad studied, Nigerian system was still good. It's not the Nigerian system that my dad studied. My dad studied because he had a scholarship to go abroad. It was not by the Nigerian government. It was not by the Nigerian government. And if you want to buy me stars, please come to Facebook. You can buy me stars on Facebook. So what I'm trying to say is there's a bit of Nigerian in all of us. That us not being straightforward, But there is a limit to which I don't believe my father can tell somebody that he wants to give him a kidney Then when they get abroad, my father will say, no, he's not giving me a kidney, and now turn his age. You see, Nigerian system bad, Nigerian system bad. One boy, 4 or 5 years ago, had the best graduating result in Unilag. Yes, we know the Nigerian system is bad. Yes, we know David. But does David look to you like somebody that wants to walk in this life? You can tell. Just looking at them, you can tell. Is he genuinely a victim, or you see, Nigeria has two types of thieves. The thieves who have opportunity to steal and those who don't. Everybody for this Nigeria, not thief. Some not get opportunity to thief. The day they give you the opportunity, that's not when they go know whether you be thief or you no be thief. And me, I know if it blow you lie. Smallest opportunity where David see don't show in character. You are 15. Please just know that I've promised I'm not gonna curse anyone today, but I will just, there's something called rapture. You experience it. You just see that you are no longer in the life, and you can never watch my page again. And if you send me DM or use somebody to send me DM until you pay the 50,000 naira blockage, I'll be unblocking fee, I will not reconnect you. So please work with me on that. I'm not going to curse because I said this whole week I'll just behave myself. That's not, some people are saying karma is real, karma is real. To be very honest with you guys, that's not karma, and that's not how karma works. You had how can, have you guys even sat down to even view the situation? David is 15 years old, but his immediate younger brother is 22. His passport and his bank statement say he's 21. His BVN supports that he's 21. You see, person with bad. When I came to Nigeria in 1979 as a 3-year-old boy for the first time, there were already power cuts. I remember power cuts from wherever I was in this Nigeria. Nigeria bad, no be today. There were thieves. There were armed robberies. Maybe things were not as bad as they were before, but Nigeria was already there. Our system was already fractured. So I want to open up my live so people can come in and contribute. What is your take on the whole situation? If you're on Instagram, please come right in. Sadly, Instagram is the only place where I can admit people. I've tried to on Facebook several times, but it just doesn't seem to work. It's just a struggle on Facebook. Unable to add guests. Facebook is so stressful when it comes to, but that's the only place where I can get what is it? Somebody saying is the guy safe. Waiting concern me with person will say, you will go around your mouth. You know, say they will come after you. Now, please learn to be respectful. It takes me 1 second to get you off my live. Always have that at the back of your mind, please. So learn to be respectful. All right. And I'm only going to have you on for 1 minute each, so more people can have the opportunity to express themselves. Hi, Naomi. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Sorry, let me on my light.
All right, please do.
Quickly, can you just...
Yes, I can hear you. So since your own light is on, you go ahead first, bro.
Hi, good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening. How are you doing?
I didn't hear the Femi Kayode part. Sorry, I missed that part.
Oh, okay. So, oh, you might need to watch it again because it's long.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
All
Yeah,
right,
but
bro.
I'll just listen. All right.
Okay, okay. But do you have anything else to say?
I don't know how Nigeria know they tire now. I don't know. I don't know. Even when I come to Nigeria on holiday, for me, it's not an holiday destination anymore. After 10 days, my body don't do me somehow. It's all new and stress, and even the people you think they have money, they are begging you for money. You be like, what the heck, you know? It's just I don't know how you guys do it, honestly. Like they always say, we should keep praying for Nigeria in distress. So let's keep praying. It's not working, but we'll still keep praying.
All right, bro. Thank you so much. Okay, over to the lady above with glasses. You came first. Naomi, if I remember correctly. What is your take?
Yeah, the case of David, yeah, I just like, I think the guy is just greedy. And another thing that I was actually thinking about, maybe someone advised him to do that. You know, when you get to UK, just chop aduro, use underage. You know, once you get here and you use underage, take chop aduro, they they just going to accept you immediately. You know, so forgetting that he has his history on Facebook or social media. So it's just a case of a young man being greedy and like he betrayed that family for me personally, because if that guy was going to use black market, he should have like could have gone to another country. UK, you can't bring somebody to come and do kidney transfer, or donor. You can't just bring somebody like that. No hospital is going to accept you like that. I am in Ireland, so it's not going to work. So everybody just trying to destroy the senator. Look, oh, come on, let's think about it. That guy is just a greedy person. For me personally, I don't care if he's poor or not. An agreement is an agreement. You agree to give them to to donate. I saw a comment when someone was saying that, why did you not go to the hospital and put your name? Look, when you are on the list for kidney, you're going to be there for years. Maybe this girl, she's very ill. She needs something. So if someone comes to them and agree and they're gonna pay, let your agreement stick to what you agree to. Don't be greedy and then you just expect that when you get to the UK, you're going to shop at Duro with 15 years and they will accept you. At the end of the day, I think he's still gonna lose. Do you understand? He's still going to go back to Nigeria, trust me. Because once they find out that you are not 15, you're going to go back to Nigeria.
Amen. Amen. All right. Thank you so much, Ma. I want to keep the call short. Thank you so much. Victor, you too. Thank you so much. So I can add more people. Thank you. Okay, so the other lady, how are you doing?
I'm good, Daddy Prince. Hi.
Can I see more of your face? I'm just seeing your hairline.
Okay. Yeah, I hope you can see me.
Yes, very clearly.
Okay, better. So when I heard it, I'm a practicing lawyer. I'm a lawyer in Nigeria and I'm a lawyer in Canada as well.
Oh wow,
so when
awesome.
I heard it, I said, yeah. So when I heard
if you
it,
don't
I
mind,
said,
since you're a lawyer, I'm gonna keep you on for the whole show. Just don't be angry, because
No
I
problem,
need a legal perspective on this.
7 p.m. here, so I have time.
Awesome. But I want you. Can you see the way this gentleman is? Even though he's bigger than all of us, can you see the way he fits inside the picture?
I have to
He enter the picture. You know, come enter the picture. You know, big like that.
I actually put my okay. I didn't actually plan to be on your live, but the discussion.
I know. I want to hear your perspective, especially as a lawyer.
Okay.
You
So
can't find like
please,
this. You can't they hide before. Hey.
can you please? Okay. So when I heard the story,
Mm-hmm.
and people were saying, "Oh, it's karma. He did whatever to P2P, and now it's karma." I said, first of all, this story doesn't add up because beyond wanting to save your daughter and all that, before taking someone from Nigeria to another country, I want to believe that you must have had some sort of legal agreement in place. And in addition, I also want to believe that Ekweremadu checked out his age, verified up those before they took him out of Nigeria. So now, like the other speaker said, I believe too that it was someone that advised him that once you go to the UK or wherever it is that your final destination is, you claim asylum. A lot of Nigerians do it. Even in Canada here, like I get a lot of people who would ask me, I'm a refugee in Canada, can you be my lawyer? I'm like, I beg, we don't say our lie too much. Like, yes, I'm supposed to be there for everybody, but lawyer for lie, to do the work for me. So like, there's a lot of lie, and in the end, beyond even betraying the trust of the Ekweremadus, I want to believe that they had some sort of agreement, and everything will be cleared up. Oh, my phone fell. Once there's evidence to prove that this guy, like, they released this BVA at his 22 or 21, I can't remember again. And I'm thinking that should be enough information. His younger brother is older than him, and he's saying he's 15. I've legit watched the video where someone that was obviously in his 30s said he was 9 or 12 because he wanted to claim asylum in the UK. And at the end, they didn't believe him. So I think that at the end of the day, it would all work out. But for now, I don't think that the way people are saying, he was going to traffic the guy or sell his organs or whatever. I think that sometimes in Nigeria, we rush into hasty decisions, and then we have this cancel culture where people just come out and then they decide to pick sides without actually seeing the full story. So that's where I'll stop for now.
Okay, awesome. The gentleman with us. Good evening, sir. What is your take?
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
I'll go straight to the point. The point is, this is a thing most Nigerians do. I could remember before I left Nigeria, I championed a cause to raise funds for a girl that had a kidney problem. We made the money, and we got a donor. I could remember we paid donor about between 2.5 million to 3 million at that time. That was 2014. And the girl went to India. They did the whole thing in India, and it was successful. So the point is, a lot of people do these things. The boy, on the other hand, must have had an agreement with the family, right? And ended up there, lied about the whole thing. But what I'm really trying to talk about right now is the senator himself. If he had built a very reputable hospital in Nigeria, they wouldn't have thought about going abroad to do that thing. There are a lot of people that had the same problem. This same girl that I was talking about, after the first surgery it relapsed. The second one was done in Nigeria, in Abuja, and it was successful. So if this senator, like people are saying karma, I would accept it a little bit in the area of if they had done what they had to do in government. If they hadn't shared the whole money that was meant for health and all those things, they wouldn't even think about going to England. So that is why I think that is why a lot of people are saying that is karma. If they had done what they ought to do, you won't even think of going to England.
Hold on a second. Let me ask you a question. Imagine you get kidnapped, or your younger sister gets kidnapped by kidnappers along the Abuja Kaduna highway, for instance. Would you give the kidnappers this same benefit of the doubt that, because there are no schools, they had no other jobs, they are a product of a failed society, so if the government had done schools, maybe we would have had less kidnappers? Let me ask you.
Well,
Hold on. I want to ask you if you, because
that is
I understand
the
where you're
issue
coming
is
from, but I want
we
to
are
I
all
want to
human
set this
beings,
straight.
right?
I want to set this straight. You see, sometimes because we're not in the issue, we tend to look at it from afar. If an armed robber broke into your house, for instance, and robbed your parents and shot your mother, and then the armed robber was caught, would you go and say, no, release the armed robber? It's not his fault.
No,
There were no
no,
schools.
no, no.
What this guy has
The thing
done,
is,
hold on, what this guy has
the thing
done
is,
and what that armed robber and that kidnapper have done are of equal measure.
definitely,
So
definitely.
I
Even
understand
say your
the
parents are
situation. Yes, because Nigeria does not have good hospitals, I suffer. Anybody in Nigeria suffers.
Yeah,
But you see, would I now go into crime knowingly? There's that excuse for everybody. But let us not find ourselves in a bad situation. There are people that were kidnapped on the Abuja rail. At the end of the day, it's still the government will blame because there are no jobs, there's no security, there's no this, there's no that, there's no this, until, God forbid, one of your family members is kidnapped. And then you see the full wrath of these people that you begin to realize that, look, you also had an opportunity to do evil. But the reason why you didn't do evil is because you have a conscience. In my humble opinion, that young man does not have a conscience. People say, okay, you know what? I want to
definitely.
marry
The
you.
boy,
I'm not marrying you again. I want to date you. I'm not dating you again. I want to give you kidney. In fact, I'm not giving you kidney again. But to go as far as trying to destroy them to make himself is a tad much, my humble opinion. Finish what you're saying so I can bring other people on, my dear
okay.
brother.
So,
Do
like I said, no matter what, nothing is justified for you to do anything. But we are all human beings. What we're talking about, any matter, will always go as far as analyzing things, going back. I'm not supporting that boy in any way. I'm not supporting that boy. And like the other speaker said, it's a ploy for him to gain a throne. He's gonna get, he's gonna get caught, but they might not send him back because there is a fear for his life.
let
For
them
that
send him
reason,
back and come and face his life. Should he has mind, Abi?
but they won't let him come because he has a fear. There's something they call credible fear. He has a credible fear right now that something is going to happen to his life. So they will send him back to danger. He's going to remain in the UK. But that I'm not justifying that boy in any way. I'm just saying the
Oh, I understand where you're coming from. I
you understand
understand
what I'm
where
trying
you're
to
coming
say.
from.
Because really, sincerely, if Nigeria had enough, it had a good hospital, if our healthcare was good, they wouldn't have even bothered to go think of going abroad and everything. They would have waited. Even with his influence, they wouldn't have even waited on the list to get a kidney for his daughter. With his influence, if Nigeria was good, he would have done everything he had to do. I mean, I feel the person I really feel for is the girl in question. I just pray.
As far as I'm concerned, she's the only victim.
You say what?
The girl is the only victim.
Yes.
The,
Yes.
the boy no
I
be
just pray
victim,
God
and the
is gonna
senator too no be
gonna
victim.
try to do something speedy to save that girl's life. Because this news alone, the news alone is killing the girl. The kidney thing might not even really affect her the way this thing is really going to affect her. The mere thinking of, oh, my parents are in jail and all these things going on is gonna be the one that is gonna be pricking the girl and it's gonna really disturb the girl. I just feel for the girl because that is the main victim right there. just pray something is going to be done to save that girl, really. Daddy Freeze, thanks so much for bringing me up.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
To get you, but I'm lucky today. Yeah.
Daddy Freeze, I want to ask him something before you take him off.
Okay, my darling lawyer.
About credible fear that the guy wouldn't be sent back to Nigeria, and I want to disagree. Why? Because one, it's been established that he's a Nigerian citizen. When your claim for asylum fails, they take you back to your country of nationality. No one is going to send him to somebody else's country. Like, if UK doesn't want him, who else is going to want him? There's no other country he's going to go to apart from Nigeria.
You know, what I'm trying to say is now the boy is going to go around and his life is in danger. He's going to seek asylum based on that too. You can always change your situation in asylum. I know about asylum. You can always change your situations.
But it's going to fail eventually. It might working.
Well, it takes a long while. It takes a long process. In that process, he might look for another means to get away from the UK or not go back to Nigeria.
You know why I'm saying this? I'm an advocate for people not going to other countries and lying to claim asylum.
Yeah, exactly. But you can't help that.
Legit. We can talk about it and discourage people and actually let them know. Like in Canada, a lot of people come from Nigeria and claim asylum, and then they send them back on the basis that if your life is in danger in Kano, you can go to Anambra, you can go to Enugu State, you can go elsewhere in Nigeria.
Thank you. His life is danger is in Lagos. He should come to Zamfara State. His life will be safe there.
Prove that even in Zamfara State they can get you.
He should come home. Come home. David, come home. Your life is safe. Don't worry. Go to Ibadan. Soka village. Your life will be safe there.
People to claim asylum because it might be one of the causes of this situation that the Ekweremadus are in right now. Because if people just believe that you can claim asylum, it takes you 5-6 years. Eventually, they'll still send you back.
Madam, do you know 95% of Nigerians that claim asylum, they are lying about their situation?
Of course.
Do you know that?
That's
okay. The point is you being able to prove. If you can prove something. If they say they want to send you to Lagos instead of sending you to Kano that you originally came from, you can always prove that, okay, in Kano, they will get me. And based on that, the time keeps extending. It keeps extending. And if the person is sensible enough, he's going to look for another means, get away from the country, or look for another means entirely to become whatever you want to become and stay.
That's what I quarrel with, because if people have internalized that you can claim Maduro, then if somebody is taking you abroad for a medical procedure, somebody would advise you to go and claim asylum. And
it's sad. It's really sad, really. It is sad.
People in sticky situations.
It's really sad, but like I said, the girl is the main victim.
Yeah.
The girl. I'm sorry to say I don't pity the man. I don't pity him at all.
All right, we have a guest with us with a star on her black hat. How are you doing?
Good morning to you, Dr. Freeze, from one side of the world. My name is Kayode. I'm not a Nigerian. I'm a Sierra Leonean.
Okay.
I've been following your programs and listening to your things that you present normally online. In relation to this saga that is going on with this, let me say, a prominent man, I just want to make my own contribution here. Maybe we all might learn from each other.
Go ahead.
First of all, address some issues that the gentleman bottom here saying, oh, this guy is this, why the man didn't build a hospital. If he would have built a hospital in Nigeria, he wouldn't have taken his daughter where he is. Mr. Man, you are in Nigeria, right? It takes a whole village to build something. Yes, he's a Nigerian, he's a politician. He's in a prominent role. You know what he has done?
I don't know.
Because
we don't see.
Expertise. Oh, just hold on. Where are the expertise that are there, that have all the qualifications plantation to harvest. You see, let me tell you, I am a registered nurse here in Australia. They have to harvest first this kidney. So there's a two process going here.
I'm also in the medical field, so I know the process.
Harvesting and transplanting. Get it right. Harvesting and transplanting. This is what we are looking. Is Nigeria well equipped to have all this thing done?
Did you hear me? Did you hear me that I channeled? Did you hear when I said a girl had the second kidney transplant in Abuja? They do it in Nigeria.
If that man, is it Ekweremadu or whatever their last family name is, if he knew that he will have everything in Nigeria goes on perfectly, I don't think he would have gone this route.
Yeah, because he's rich and the reason is because he's rich and he doesn't trust what they have done in Nigeria.
He has got a daughter who is desperately needing something, and he's showing himself as a father figure to do whatever he can for his family.
Yeah.
If you were in his shoes, I'm telling you, you will do the same thing.
Did you listen to me saying that I raised 9 million for a girl? That is not my family. Woman, you didn't listen to what I said. In 2014, I have receipts of everything. I raised 9 million for a girl that is not even my own family to get a kidney transplant.
When issues occur, we like to criticize, find fault, and even
Madam, you're not even listening. For me to do that for another person, I will do whatever for my family too. I'm not.
Exactly. Because I have someone even giving you words at the background, telling you, said this, said that, or the boy will escape, and this and that. If they found him, he's a criminal, they will send him to send away.
Madam, you're just talking out of sentiment. You've not. I'm talking out of being in this situation.
Back to Nigeria, he will go because he has come and show us to the world that he is here to make a justice.
But the UK government, the law don't think that way. The way you're thinking with sentiments, law don't think that way.
And when they found him guilty, that he has gone on this line, he will not seek any fucking asylum. Sorry,
Oops.
because I am very disturbed by this thing. Yes,
You shouldn't be disturbed. You shouldn't be disturbed.
Hey.
We've seen a lot of cases.
Please. There are some people also saying, if this man don't have family, rather than doing and taking someone else, sometimes some of these people might have a genetic issue, a family issue. Maybe they found out that their family has got kidney issue. It just happened. So is he going to rid someone else from his family to go and do this?
Madam, whether you like it or not, they do kidney transplants in Nigeria, and a lot of them has been successful. They do it in Nigeria. Go to the National Hospital in Abuja, they do kidney transplant. But I'm telling you, the reason why that guy didn't want to do it was because they don't trust what they have done. These same politicians that you are supporting, they are the ones that have the right to do things right in the country, to build a good and reputable hospital for everybody and themselves. You are among the people that encourage these people. Like I said, the girl is a victim here, and I feel for the girl. Like I said, do you know how many people that have died because they don't have money to do that thing?
That's not his problem. That's not his problem.
You look at what you just listen to yourself talking that is not his problem. Do you know politicians are meant to serve the people? Politicians are not meant to serve their pockets. They are meant to serve the people.
This is more interesting than I bargained for.
If I was in his shoe, I can never be in his shoe. That's why I left the shores of Nigeria, because I can't stand what is going on in that country anymore.
Because you don't have the opportunity, that's why you are here.
What opportunities are you talking about? I told you I was in a position where I raised 9 million naira for a girl that did this same thing. The second time I was in America when the guy when the thing relapsed, and we were able to help this girl to have the kidney done in Nigeria, National Hospital in Abuja. If you go on my timeline, you will see where we tried to raise money for this girl. It was done in Nigeria and it was successful.
You will be worse than him. It is like if you.
Well, whatever you say, if you're bad, you'll be bad wherever you go. I've been in America for almost 7 years. I have a good playing record. I am not bad.
Because you are in overseas, because you know there are a lot of governments in there. If you go back to Nigeria, you will go back with the same Nigerian.
I left Nigeria because I can't stand the lawlessness in that country.
You go there now. Now that you have exposed in this part of the world, you go back to the
Woman, you need to think before talking. Don't encourage these politicians to do rubbish. Let them serve their people. I still stand on my word. If he had done what he ought to do, if they had done,
all right, guys.
They won't be rushing down to that same country that had done the right thing.
You have the opportunity, you will do the same.
I won't do that. You don't know me, so you can't talk like that. I'm a people's man.
He has the opportunity to take his daughter where it's possible. So let him be. What can a father do good for their children? That makes him a man. I respect him. Kudos to him. Mister, may God fight for you. If he is going
well, the God that you're talking about would have fought for him and they would have granted him bail.
Everything comes back and
the God you're talking about would have granted him bail, but they are not granting him bail.
Yes.
So what God are you talking about to fight for him?
Because they are investigating.
They are investigating. Listen. During investigation, you can.
All right, guys, calm down. Ify, yes. Thank you, guys. Okay, guys, it's okay. Calm
down. You know
down.
what is happening in your country, madam? Did you know what happened during the blood diamonds? So you are still supporting all these useless politicians. You're supporting all these useless politicians that has known your country to rubbish. Do you know your country is not even as rich as the poorest country in Nigeria? The poorest state in Nigeria.
It doesn't matter.
You know that it is as a result of your politicians, and you are supporting them. I'm pretty sure you're a family to a politician. That's why you're talking like this.
All right, guys. For the sake of peace, I'm going to remove the two of them. For the sake of peace, I'm going to remove the two of them. All right. For the sake of peace. Ify.
That was hot.
Oh.
That was so hot.
Hey. Oh my goodness. Ewo. So out of the things the two of them said.
Yeah, I wanted to say something. I understand what a father's love is. A father would go to any length to make sure that his daughter or his son is well. But I also believe in accountability. We should hold our politicians accountable. But I'm not going to say, oh, you should have built a hospital, because you can still build a hospital and still prefer to go abroad to get medical treatment. We have Canadians, we have free healthcare in Canada. We have free healthcare in Canada. Our healthcare system is very, very functional. But we still have Canadians that go outside of Canada to get medical, to get medical attention. So I feel like the preference, not necessarily.
Well done, Daddy Freeze.
Well done, boss.
Too much violence.
Today now hot day.
Chairman, let me just go straight to the point before somebody can violence me again.
All right, let me hear you.
I'm a New Yorker. I'm a Nigerian. I live in New York, and I'm an officer, right?
Okay.
Let's start from that.
Thank you.
Paying for organ donation in any country is illegal. That's just it. You understand? And I understand the father's love, but in being a father, you should try to stay in the legal part of things. You understand? And I know he probably needed that the kidney so bad, and they vetted the boy and took him over there. But I have a question to ask. In Nigeria, right? Can you imagine a very rich person come to ask you for your kidney, and you know that if you say no to that person, you can end up missing and that kidney harvested and be taken as well.
I'm not sure it's that bad exactly.
So that increase, but we see videos of people getting kidnapped and organs harvested.
So please take them out of my room.
It's not far-fetched. We know it happens in Nigeria. People get missing and they end up like organs all taken up. But apart from that, him going to London, Google should be his best friend. Paying for organ donation in any country is illegal. You understand? So him taking somebody to London, he should have known that maybe this person could turn on him someday. You understand? Even people that bring family members to come and be nannies in America or in UK or Canada, the family members turn around and bite them in the back. You understand? So what the young man was saying about like building good hospitals and even having organ banks in Nigeria would have even been better for him, because with his status and everything, probably his daughter may have skipped the line and gotten a donation, you understand, before her time. Like I said, every other person, people that have kidney problems, but they wait for due process. You have to wait the line. You understand? You have to wait your turn. Why did he go bring in somebody from Nigeria when he knows that there's a possibility this person can turn on them? You understand? So the only person what do you call it?
Feel sorry for.
Probably the girl. You understand? But for the Mr. Ekweremadu or whatever his name is, him doing that, he knows it's illegal. You understand? So I don't know how he thought he was going to get away with it. I don't know what the plan was initially for them to. Maybe they told the boy to. I don't know, because you must have planned. You must have prepped the boy to say some things over there before he went there. You understand? Before he went there and everything went down south. Like I said, we don't really know the true, true details of the story. It probably is just hearsay until maybe when they go to court, and then everybody get together and have to say their own piece. You understand? Like I said, it's illegal paying for organ donation in any country, any nation as well. So him doing it is also an illegal act as well.
Thank you very much. Our lawyer, what do you have to say about that before I bring Bukola?
I have not say. First of all, we don't even know if he was going to pay for the organ or if he was. Of course, we know that in Nigeria, for someone to, if they're not related to you and they want to donate their organ to you, you're definitely paying. But we don't know what the paperwork says if it was a willing donor. Because if you're a willing donor, no one is going to say that's illegal. And the case right now is not even saying, they're saying that he was trafficking an underage boy. That's the case against him for organ trafficking. So now the thing is, we don't know if there was paperwork, because I would like to believe that for him to do whatever it takes to win election in Nigeria, he won't be all that stupid. I don't think the Ekweremadus will be all that stupid to not have at least a paperwork saying that this is what this boy is coming to the UK to do. I feel like at the end of the day, what would be in question is how old is he? And that can be easily proven that he's over the legal age and he can give consent. Because when you say that someone is underage, you're first of all saying that this person is not capable of making their own decisions. They can't give you consent. They don't have the mental capacity as an underage person, the minor, to enter into a contract with another person. So that's the main issue now, saying that this guy is underage. So once it's 18 and above, And
that's not the main issue. The main issue is about illegality. It's just illegal. Plain.
oh wait, you don't know what the paperwork is. That's
no, like I said, it's illegal.
We can't completely say it's illegal because
but if it's not illegal, he should be a UK citizen who goes to the hospital to donate his kidney.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I'm not sure about this. But if a father wants to give his daughter a kidney, or someone wants to give somebody a kidney, is there any specific law against that?
No, family members. If you're a match, you go. If you're a family member, because my cousin died in Texas, he needed bone marrow transplant. A donor gave him the bone marrow, whatever, like what he needed, and didn't even want his name, he wanted to stay anonymous, right? But after the surgery, something happened in the hospital, and the kid is a teenager, he died, right? Like I said,
what did he have that he needed bone marrow transplant? Did he have leukemia?
Yeah, he did. Everything went well, and it was just like,
oh wow, sorry.
He made a mistake and he died. He passed away. Like I said, a family member can decide to give the kidney or whatever, or donate an organ. Like I said, but bringing somebody else who is not a spouse, who is not related to the person, we know the deal. And it's not like UK hasn't seen such cases. Just because maybe he's the prominent politician doesn't mean there haven't been people that have been arrested or who have been sent to jail for such things as well. Like I said, it is illegal to pay for organ donation. You understand? If he knew he wanted to do that, he could have taken it to a country where he know that he could pay for the doctors to look the other way. No doctor would, no matter how much he pays a doctor in the UK, no doctor would want to risk their certificate, their life, and everything they work for, and go to jail for that. Like I said, we're saying this because we're having sentiments because of maybe he's a politician, or maybe he's from I'm an Igbo person, maybe it's from my side or something like that. Like I said, when you come to a country where they follow due process, you follow due process. There's no skipping a line. There's no this or there's no that. That's just it. He did something illegal. If it was somebody else that did it, you understand? They were like, or maybe he wasn't a politician or wasn't famous.
So are we judging a criminal? We are judging David.
No, I'm not judging. Like I said, I'm not judging the young man. You understand? Because the father or whoever, those families, they knew what they were getting into. Like I said, you've heard stories of people bringing even their close family members to be nannies in America, and they turn around and fight for asylum and get those people arrested. It happens, you understand? So you, as a smart politician, going to pay a boy from the street, you understand? That means you're not that street smart as well. You understand? If he was going to do anything that illegal, because he already planned to do something illegal, he should have taken him to a country where they'll turn the other eye. You understand? I don't think in India they will vet the boy like that.
They will vet the boy. Don't let us join other countries. They will vet the boy.
All right. Bukola, what is your take?
If I'm to judge Ekweme from a political angle, I might not be sounding fair to him. But if I'm to judge Ekweme based on what happened to him, it's pathetic, right? But I want us to know one thing, that harvesting organ is not moi. So for that guy to have taken David to the UK, there might have been so many arrangements made. Do you understand what I'm saying? They might have checked so many medical aspects of David to make sure that he's actually that he's actually fit for that job. What happened? David is just a smart kid from the streets. Probably someone has told him that immediately you tell them that you are a minor, you are in big mess here. That was exactly what happened. This guy knew what he was going into. He knew what he was going into. He got there, he changed his mind, and he just messed them up.
And it's okay to change his mind. That's what consent is. It's okay to change your mind. Just like if you're in bed with a lady and you guys are about to make love and she decides to say, "Don't touch me anymore," that's consent. Like I said, you can take him to UK, you can pay for his food and everything, and he decides to change his mind and say, "Listen, I'm scared. I think you guys are going to take 2 instead of 1.
But you don't have to lie about it. Come on. We have somebody's life in line here. We have somebody's life in line here. You don't
like I
have to
said,
lie about it.
he's innocent until proven guilty.
No.
Ekweremadu is also innocent until
No, David is not innocent too. Ekweremadu is not innocent because he is tied to a structure that fractured Nigeria. David, on the other hand, lying about age. Your younger brother is 22 and you are 15. If the UK government got this one, they're wicked.
So, you know the funny thing, many people have gotten away with that lie in most countries. Like the video she was talking about, there was a video she's talking about. You get one old man, Gaga, now very old man, they catch it down from UK border. The guy said he did 12 years.
Yeah.
They talk heaven, talk to say 12 years, now TV. You understand? And he knows that 12 years, once he says that 12 years, it's not going to be taken, even though he's going to go back, at least he go enter back the country, at least sit down, see, they'll give him
Ross, people lying about their age because they want to seek asylum. Honestly speaking, with the current situation of Nigeria, do whatever you want to do to get it. I'm just talking about David right now because somebody's life is involved. Honestly, if you want to lie to be in the I don't care.
Let me ask a question.
If I'm a lawyer, I will fight for you. This sister said I will not fight for you.
You know how powerful
it's okay.
you know how powerful the Senate president is? Like, especially in Nigeria, you know how powerful our politicians are. If you understand, what would you think would make somebody, a human being, decide to, like, say, F whatever is going to happen, F the consequences, I'm going to go against this powerful person? You understand? Do you think, like you know, they say in life there's always two things, A and B. Is it good or bad? So when we put this thing on the table and we're talking about it, let's just put yourself in that kid's shoe. You understand? Put yourself in that kid's shoe. Maybe when they went for, I don't even know what would have happened.
I'm not putting myself in his shoes because I would tell you that if I don't want to do it again, I will tell you I don't want to do it again. So right now, we are talking about the lady here.
Imagine you say you don't want to do it again.
I won't put myself in his shoes.
Let them lock him inside. They will not lock him inside. Nobody can. Listen, hold on. The worst thing that can happen to David is they bring him back to Nigeria. That's the worst thing that can happen to him. They cannot force him to donate a kidney in the UK. It is impossible.
He was saying he's fearing for his life.
What life is he fearing for? David na hustler. Mo tell ourselves true.
Nobody that argue that one.
David na hustler. Let me tell you. Hold on. I want to end on one note. Hold on, guys. I want to end on one note. Do we all agree that the Nigerianness in Ekweremadu that made him behave the way he behaved is the same Nigerianness in David that made him behave the way he behaved? The difference between Ekweremadu and David is Ekweremadu has opportunity. David does not opportunity, but none of them is a saint.
But Ekwerimadu's Nigerianness set everything in motion.
No be Ekweremadu start to spoil Nigeria.
No, what I mean, like for the boy now, for this David, if Ekweremadu didn't approach this person, if they didn't think they can buy everything.
Hold on. They gave him a good offer. Let's be honest. They gave David a good offer.
It's out of desperation.
David has nothing working for him in Nigeria. They said, you know what, we'll take you abroad. We'll give you this, we'll give you some money. Give us a kidney. You can live on one. If David truly had been a good person, in for look and say, okay, if I give this my one kidney, I can live on this one kidney. And now I'm in the UK, I have an opportunity to fix my life. He could have done that. But instead, he wanted to eat his cake and have it. He wanted to eat his cake and have it. And at the expense of these other people. Now, nobody knows what, to be honest, in fairness to David too, nobody knows what really transpired between the Ekweremadus and David.
By the documents that we saw, it's stated there that he's going in for medical reason, if we are to judge by that. And I want to believe that it would have taken David.
Let's not wait for the Nigerian documents, not the main. Let's wait for like the legal documents in the UK. Let them start, you understand? Because that Nigerian document will not say that anybody can do anything, you understand? So the main thing you say, like the free said everything. We don't know where this business transaction went south. You understand? Somewhere along the line, something happened. Somewhere along the line, that boy felt unsafe. I don't know. Or somewhere along the line, his Nigerianness just played everybody. You understand? But like I said, buying and selling kidney or giving someone is illegal in any country.
No. I get letters here every day asking me what I want to do with my organs if anything happened to me. So don't say it's illegal. Don't say it's illegal.
No.
You can give your kidney, you can give whatever you have on your body. If you willingly want to give. Yes.
You're saying willingly, but you can't pay. You can't pay for kidney. You can't pay for any organ. You cannot pay. It is illegal.
Is like people who go to China and the rest of these Asian countries and buy already harvested organs that you can't trace where they came from.
No, they harvest organs back home. What are you talking about? People get kidnapped and their organs there. They harvest. Most times people think it's ritual killing. It's just.
It's organ harvesting. It's organ harvesting. But because we have spirit, hold on. I watched the documentary. Hold on, guys. I watched the documentary on the Soka village in Ibadan. And the guy narrating it said, if it is human head, that they saw skulls littering everywhere. That whatever it was that they were kidnapping these people for was definitely more bizarre than actually rituals. Many of what you think is ritual killing is actually organ harvesting.
Yeah, organ harvesting.
I also saw another documentary that so you see why we can't judge Ekweremadu because he would have gone that route too. For you to take that boy to US, that guy willingly wants to do it.
All right, guys. At this point, I have to say thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Take care and God bless. I loved today. Today was fire. It was like live and dangerous, but not on the radio.
For this lawyer, Daddy Freeze.
Quickly. 30 seconds.
You said something that you're not standing in for anyone coming in to seek asylum in in Canada, right? And my question is why? I didn't say anyone. First of all, as a lawyer, I'm an officer of the court. I have the moral obligation and the professional obligation to make sure that I'm not lying to the court, right? So now, when I have a client who comes to me and says, I came in through asylum, let me tell you, I'm going to be very practical. Most of them come in, and when they get to CBSA, that's Canadian Border Services, they complicate the issues. So their story from the beginning is not straight. So now, if I take you on as my client, I would have to help you clean up your mess at the border for you to have it. So it means I have to lie to help you gain asylum in Canada. And me doing that, you would go and tell the next person, they work. I get this lawyer. If I want to be a millionaire by being a refugee claimant lawyer, that's a very easy route to go. But it's not because of religion. I just don't think it's the right way to go. There are other ways. Okay, so don't let us waste Daddy Freeze data here. But what I want to say is, please, if someone is coming to you seeking an asylum and they have all the documents it takes to back up their lies, please don't dig out the lies. As long as they have documents to back it up. That country I beg, anybody we can help them as long as they are here. Don't dig up the lies and say it's all.
Now. I tend to disagree with you. Hold on. I tend to disagree with you, Bukola. If everybody, we all messed up Nigeria. We are now running out. We are now helping ourselves run out. I think that's a very wicked thing to do. I think right now, if I were in government, I will close my borders. China did it. Russia did it. We created this mess. We will fix it. However long it takes. Let me tell you something. I was having a conversation today with a Russian doctor. He said in Russia, the government goes from shop to shop to check whether you are selling Russian goods. You must not sell more than 40% foreign goods. 60% of your shop must be. China did the same thing. They closed their borders to the world. You see, let me tell you something. This Nigerian, I call it the cockroach mentality. Cockroaches don't build nests. Anywhere they are, they eat, they move to the next place. Once they finish, they eat, they move to the next place. It is a survival instinct, but at the end of the day, it makes them pests. Bees, on the other hand, build hives. They produce honey. They take your pollen, they pollinate flowers, they keep vegetation alive, and then they also give honey. Cockroaches don't produce anything. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Cockroaches just consume, and we have become cockroaches. A country filled with them, and it's like you have a can of cockroach and you open it and all of them start running everywhere, helter skelter, looking for the next place to devour. Nigeria is not as bad.
These cockroaches, we still support the economy back up. So these cockroaches.
No. It's not. Nigeria is too blessed to be relying on one person in Canada. Why don't Canadians rely on Canadians in Britain sending money to Canada? Our country don't spoil finish. Now you running away from your country are part of the people spoiling it too. Let me break your heart.
Chairman, I gave that country my best.
No, if you gave your country your best, you'll be here. I am giving this country my best. Now let me tell you something.
Chairman, I went to school in Nigeria. I really came in 2010. I went to college in Nigeria. I did everything in Nigeria. Almost lost 2 near-death experiences in Nigeria. So I gave it my best. You know? So I gave it my best. So I live the rest of my life or anywhere other place where I find. Like I said, I put in my voice like whenever I can. I wrote an article once on Sahara Reporters. Like I love politics and I follow politics, but I don't give the country my best. If you get chance, Japa, you Japa.
And my dear sister, Ify, anybody where you catch with a lie, send them back home.
I'm not supporting anything illegal. I'm just
Ify, anybody you catch with a lie, send them back home. They will spoil Nigeria's name abroad.
Just let them fix it the way they want to fix
it. Now hold on a second. Yeah. When Kanu Heart Foundation was running in the early 2000s, if you guys remember, there was a child who needed a heart transplant or some heart surgery abroad. They rejected the child visa and gave the mother. And you know what they used to reject visas? The balance of probabilities, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I happened to know somebody in the High Commission then, and we're over a bottle of beer. The matter came up, and the guy said, do you know why that child was rejected? Because 20 years ago, a Nigerian woman crossed the border to England and said she was there for 3 weeks to visit her mother or her son. She lived and died in that UK on that 3 weeks visit. A girl went there as a student, never came back, married somebody in the UK, collected UK citizenship, started giving birth to children abroad. You see, when we are doing these things, Yoruba people say, Enitoba damisiwaju atele tutu. If you pour water ahead, you will match cold ground. Much of what we are suffering today is because somebody lied 10 years ago. That is why they will look at you and reject you visa. You will need that visa and they will just look at you and just decide to reject you. Is that how they reject? Hold on, is that how they reject other countries? They just look at them because most other countries don't need to run to the UK. Even those countries who need visas. I want to visit for 1 month. They come there and they go for 1 month. And if they want to stretch it after that 1 month, they first go back home. They first go back home and then rearrange it.
I'm going to add something. I practice immigration law from the Canadian Immigration Department, IRCC. So okay, let's call it a rumor. So it was rumored that earlier this year they passed an internal memo saying don't believe applicants from XYZ countries or countries, that they are all liars. All their documents you cannot verify. Everything they say is it's a big heap of lie. Don't believe them. And then we had to fight. But then again, you're fighting and you're saying this is prejudicial, this is racism, this is this is that, in the face of overwhelming evidence that your country people are actually lying. Do you understand? So I feel like you mess it up for people who actually need. I have people in Canada who need their mothers to come to Canada, but there's someone who is looking for how to come on a visit visa and then claim asylum at the airport. He's going to apply. He's going to tell his friend to apply. By the time he tells everyone in his network, and the people in his network tells everyone in their network, you end up having, say, 2 million applications from Nigeria. Then the person who actually needs their mother or their brother to come on a visit visa and visit them, perhaps they haven't even seen their parents in the last 10 years since they immigrated, their application will be lost in the system because the system is overwhelmed. Nigerians, for work permits, it takes other countries about 8 weeks to get a work permit. But it takes Nigerians, there was a time it was taking Nigerians 54 weeks. They only recently brought it down to 27 weeks. Why? Because we overwhelmed the system and they know that
it's not only Nigerians, so what about Indians? I've got Indians here who they came into this country and you have to write the IELTS. And they come to the clinic, I attend to them.
No country.
They can't speak correct English, and they came in here getting high marks in IELTS. How are they doing it? It's not only Nigerians.
But they found them out too. They found them out too.
It's not only Nigerians.
Now, hold on, guys. Who ruined Nigeria? Is it the Canadians? Who ruined Nigeria?
We say we.
Until we fix this country, we will continue being a burden, a problem, and we are going to continue being a refugee disaster for other countries. The idea is do what the Chinese did. And within 20 to 30 years, China matched US for global production. Nigeria can do it. We have the land. We have the human capital. We have the resources. We have good weather. All we need is people who can think right. We need citizens who shouldn't sit on their fannies believing that the government is there to serve them. And we need a government that actually wants to work, not be worked for. On that bombshell, I say goodbye and good night and see you guys tomorrow.
I'm loyal. Thank you so much.
Bye. Facebook, that was quite tough. Oh yeah, guys, send me some stars. Oh yeah, Facebook, sharp. Did you enjoy the show? I'm going to post a visual one where you can see everybody arguing, and I'm sure you guys would love it. Please give me some stars, show some appreciation before I go and fumble. Okay, so take care, guys. Thank you so much, TikTok. Hope you liked the show. Goodbye. YouTube, love you guys loads. I'll make sure I drop I'll drop a version of it on YouTube where you can see everybody arguing. How do we send you money on YouTube? I'll give you my account details. 100-131-7326. Sadly, there are no stars on YouTube. It's very nice when you support the show so we can keep it going. Yes. Thank you so much. We truly love you and appreciate all you do for us. Without a doubt. For those of you who enjoyed the show on Facebook, please remember to send your love and your stars. And YouTube, once again, for those of you who want my account, it's 100-131-7326. Zenith Bank, 100-131-7326. Thank you for your stars, Facebook people. Send me stars. I truly appreciate that. It makes quite a lot of sense. Thank you, Facebook. Big shout out to you guys.